All right, we on. All right, how is everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Um, I wanted to I wrote a excuse my thumb notification. I wanted to do this video. I wrote a letter. I wrote a not a letter, but a post on my website yesterday last night. Um, just reestablishing my website, and I just wanted to speak on some things that I feel that has been pulling on me, and main thing dealing with mental health, um, depression, suicide, um, just this whole aspect, because we're living in a time where having the will to fight, having the fight to live is diminishing right before our eyes. Um, when I was younger, I'll be 33 in a matter of a few months. So in my early 20s, teen years, I had a I guess how do I say this? I had a bad, I guess my viewpoint on the idea of suicide was skewed in error, and especially and with depression, so many of these aspects of mental health, because you just don't think of it until you find yourself with those same thoughts yourself, or you deal with it very close to home. And so I used to think like, oh, suicide, why would anybody want to commit suicide, or why would anybody want to do something like that? Depression, like what, how, or like you have somebody, for instance, like this morning, my first interaction with a person this morning, we were talking about the fact of here in Atlanta, if you don't know, here in Atlanta, I think the person did, I'm not sure, but there's a video floating around, if you know of the city of Atlanta, for Memorial Drive, on the bypass where you cross over 285, a guy was standing there, and I don't know if he did or if he didn't, but the video shows that he was standing over the side of the handling, as if he was ready to jump to commit suicide. And in my mind, as I'm watching this, I'm like, I was saddened, because like I said, when I was younger, I viewed it from a place of, oh well, that's individual, and that's that person, he or she, whatever, from a very messed up place, But now that I'm older, and I've experienced a lot of pain with this subject matter, within my own family. I'm not going to speak on the personals of it for the sake of those people right now, but I've had several people very close to me, whether they express the fact that they want to, or they have attempted suicide, or the fact of people expressing the fact that they're not willing, or they're not wanting to live anymore. And when I saw that video, it was kind of heartbreaking. And what made it even more heartbreaking was the person that recorded it, that was actually encouraging or eagering, or that's the word. I would just say, for lack of, can't find the word, kind of pushing, encouraging the person to do it. Like, yeah, jump. And I was like, this is the world. This is the world that we live in. We live in a world where people don't want to live, and then there's people themselves with so much hurt in themselves that they want to see you do it, because that'll bring some sense of joy to their painful life. And that's why I refocused this page on my channel, or my website, or however you want to word it, to somewhere different, because like I said in the article, it's kind of hard to be in a mental space of talking about new clothes, new shoes, new cars, traveling, when the people that you come in contact with express continuously their pain and sorrows and grief, and then you have your own pains and sorrows and griefs and depressions and suicidal thoughts and things of that nature. And so like I said, I just wanted to speak on this, just put this out there, because this is a reality of what we're dealing with in the world. People are losing the will to live at an alarming rate. The CDC, Center of Disease and Control, Center of Disease and Control and Prevention, recently released data saying that suicidal rates are at an all-time high since they began keeping the stats. And I believe they started keeping the stats in either the late 60s or the late 70s. I don't remember. But the point of it all is suicide rate is at an all-time high. All right? People don't want to live anymore. For whatever the different reasons are. And then moving forward, I want to do different lessons and speak on these things, because like I said, I want to use this as a platform to speak to the people about real things, man. Like I say, I started my thing as a lifestyle blog, and then in the process of trying to find an identity for my lifestyle blog, I realized that the real lifestyle is full of pain and sorrows, where you have children 10, 11, 12 years old committing suicide from depression. And I have a mother that's a teacher, middle school teacher, and I remember she texted me that about a month or so ago. She had a student of hers down in Florida go home and put a gun to his head and kill himself. And how many kids like that is that happening around the country, around the world? Where you're 10, 11, 12 years old, 13 years old, you've reached a point of not even wanting to live anymore, and you haven't even begun to live. But I understand, I understand. This is not coming from a place of judgmental, from a judgmental place or looking down upon somebody. This is coming from a place of understanding. I understand why a person may reach the point of no longer wanting to live anymore. And I used to believe it was a cowardly thing to do, to decide that you don't want to live anymore. But it's not. It's not a cowardly thing. It's a painful thing. It's a world thing. It's bigger than just the individual. This is a epidemic that is affecting us all. And even if you're watching this and it hasn't affected you at all yet, that doesn't mean that it won't, because it could very well may not be you. It could be somebody very close to you. It could be a sibling. It could be your wife. It could be your husband. It could be your family, and so on and so forth. That just doesn't want to live anymore, and that's going to have an effect on you. And then like I said, there's so many things with this that I want to speak on, and I don't want to make this too long, and then what really messes you up, if you're the person that's dealing with the people that have suicidal thoughts, is that it makes you cold-hearted. You become a little cold-hearted, and that bothers you if you're a real person, because you're like, damn, this doesn't even bother me. Why doesn't this bother me? Why am I not broken up? Why am I not hurt? And some of that is internal pain, and some of that is just you're dealing with it in your own right. But this is just the world that we live in. Like I say, I don't want to be long-winded or sound repetitive, because this is like I think this might be my first video. So yeah, mental health, man. Mental health is important. It's something that's not spoken on enough, I believe, and it's shunned. It's kind of looked at as an individual thing when it's really a societal thing. Socially, it deals with us all. You have people that'll say to each other, "Stay positive, good energy, all this stuff," or they'll say, "Keep the bad energy away from you. I need to stay in my good energy space." But that's not reality. The reality of it all is that if that's your belief, you believe that, because I believe in the transfer of energy amongst ourselves. When I'm talking to you, we're transferring energy. You know what I'm saying? Through words, through our body language, and that transfer of energy can be good or bad. And in the environment that we're living in now, it's mostly bad. So this whole idea of only keeping positive energy around you is not real. The reality of it all is that everybody around us is in pain. Whether it's drug addictions, financial problems, this facade that social media has created will have you believing that everybody's riding around in $100,000 cars with $10,000 in their pocket and can go book a flight first class from the East Coast to the West Coast at the drop of a dime and go spend money over there and live in there and go spend the night in their apartment over there and so on and so forth. When the reality of it all is when you're out here and you're amongst people, and I think that's the problem too, is that people are keeping themselves isolated even more now. But in the reality is when you come in the mix of people, you can people open up to you. And that's the reason why I'm doing this, is because people have always opened themselves up to me. I've had people that I've never met in my life first time tell me very personal things about themselves. So that was the thing that got me to the point of like, you know what? I've had people tell me I should do a podcast. People always asking me for advice. So let me open this thing up and just see what happens, And in the midst of me hearing that over years of, well, what am I going to do? This is what I'm trying to do, is bring awareness to these issues, and hopefully in the process of doing so, I can help somebody or somebody can help me. Because this is not a platform where I'm Mr. Got it all perfect. I'm dealing with my own issues, man. I'm human. I'm no different than the person the person that's viewing this at the moment or will view it. I deal with my own pains. I deal with my own negative thoughts. I deal with my own family issues. I deal with my own wanting to live and continue on sometimes. So like I said, let me close this up. This is just more of an introduction. I'll definitely be back. Bear with me as I get the hang of this thing. Please share this. Please like, subscribe, comment. Share definitely. Start the conversation in the comment with me, so that we can get this going and get that true ball of energy going towards helping people, man. Because like I said, I wanted to help build people's confidence through basically at first items. But now I really want to help people through digging deep and releasing those negative toxins within. And I feel like in the process of doing so, that will help me release those negative toxins within myself too, by helping others. All right. So I hope that this lesson, or not even lesson, excuse me, I hope that this video was helpful. Hope that the people that watch this, that you have a beautiful, blessed day, productive day, positive day. All right. And hey, until next time, stay positive, stay up, and we'll see you on the next go round.